Hey there, how's it going? Welcome back to our Shining Resonance Refrain playthrough for the PS4. If you missed the last part, you'll find a link down in the description. You can go ahead and click on it, and then a video will play, and then you can watch it if you want to. But just in case you have already seen it or you don't want to watch it, we're pretty much just carrying on with the story. We're in chapter 3 now, so that's good. The last part was full of cutscenes, so if you kind of glazed over it, or I don't know, I don't blame you. Pretty much all we need to do now is, like, talk to these people just to advance the story. So she is saying, well, nothing important right now. She has like a, what is it? A shield that she wants to test. She wants us. Okay, I guess she wants to try out this shield, but there's like holes in it, apparently. Yeah, okay, so she's like, I want you to help me out with this shield. And then this is a new character. Alfride. So she kind of like stopped her from forcing Yuma to put this like holy shield on. Holy shield, yes. She's like, I have a request. I want you. It's about like the world's distortion. That sounds like a heavy thing to just start a conversation with. I don't even know this person. So he's like, what do you mean? What do you mean distortion? So it's like she can see like she's kind of like, what is it? She wants to take care of these distortions, I guess, because they're growing bigger and it's becoming a problem. I don't think I don't think this is like main story related. It's really thrown in there. These feel like side quests. Okay. So, okay, here's the tutorial. So, she has, I guess, is like a book. That's the one that she's holding. It's just like a grimoire. Gurimoraru. Oh, okay. So these are dungeons, actually. So these distortions that she's talking about are really just dungeons. So if you can clear a dungeon, it says, then you'll take care of the distortion. In the deepest part of the dungeon is like the cause of this distortion. It's called a distorter. They'll probably change that for the English version because that kind of doesn't make... that just doesn't sound very good. It's a boss, I assume. So basically, just in order to correct a distortion, we just... Or she wants us to help correct these distortions. So whenever we want to go help her, she's to go and talk to her, she says. So she'll be waiting. Alright, so that was the one thing that we needed to do to advance the story. And we have to talk to one more person, just down there. We'll go sprint, I guess. Right, it's Rina. I totally forgot that we put the maid costume on her. She looks good in it. Oops, kind of skipped through that. So he's like, Rina, what are you doing here? And she says, I'm selling flowers. Which is one of my hobbies. She's like, do you want one? But it will cost you. And he's like, oh, it's not free. Okay. So every day, Rina will share with us like one flower. So just go talk to her from time to time. Okay, I guess we also got a personality. It's just she's a flower shop person. Okay, so he's talking about that training. From the last part, the last cutscene. He's like, there's a mission that they have available. And he's like, okay, a mission, like what kind of mission? So just back in the forest where we found Vina, there's a dangerous monster. It was a mission for the knights, but he talked to Baros, and now we're taking care of it. Okay, so just once we're done preparation, we can head on out. So that was it, I guess. That's all we needed to do, was to talk to that new person and Rina, just to get the story rolling. That's pretty much it. But since like we've already, before we actually go on to the main story, head on over to the forest, why don't we check out one of the dungeons? I think it could hurt, and we could also like level up. We're like 16, 15 right now, so let's take a look, I guess. These are just all the different dungeons we're unlocking. I don't honestly know, obviously, what they are. This quite a lot, actually. So we've unlocked a bunch of dungeons, and it says we've unlocked up to dungeon level 30. Not sure how that works, but let's... Jesus, a lot of tutorials. So with the Grimoire... Sorry, I can't even. There is sigils, I guess? And by setting them, you can change how the dungeon works, apparently. It'll change like the difficulty, or it'll change like the types of monsters that appear in the dungeon. So depending on whatever sigils you have, like the combination of sigils, the reward that you get from beating the boss at the end will change. Alright, like if you fight like a strong enemy, then you'll just get a better reward, which makes sense to me. In a dungeon, you actually can't change your party, it says. So whatever party you have, whatever you're starting with, that's it, that's the one. Since we're just starting out, I don't even think we... Wait, do we? Wow, we already have sigils. I didn't... Okay. So I want to see how these work. So we only have 3 right now. This is our list. We have a double of the Dota one. This top one will, like, I guess, will draw those 2-headed wolf monsters that we saw. This one is for dodos, I think that's that bird monster, and this one is for Imperial Knights. I guess we can see what will happen if we have all 3 set. And you know, I guess these are the the different dungeons we already have unlocked. They're already like, there's already English words for these. Let's try Tropical Resort. I don't know, that sounds fun. Okay. Oh, his last name is Bullet Heart. Okay. It's a lot of tutorials going on. Okay, so a dungeon is made up of multiple floors, and the final floor has the distorter on it. In order to get to the next floor, you need to use a gate. You can't just use gates. You have to defeat gate monsters, which are roaming around, and that'll unlock the gate for you. Okay. If you want to escape from a dungeon, you can use an item called the Grimoire Compass, and you'll just return. Alright. So since you can like actually enter these dungeons anytime, I assume this is a pretty easy way to just level up. So yes, I know, I think in the last part I did mention that like, it's like June, so rainy season is like approaching, but honestly ever since I recorded that part, honestly hasn't been raining that much. It's been raining a little bit, but not all that much. So that means like two things. Either, number one, rainy season this year is super short, or number two, I was just premature and rainy season hasn't started yet. Either way though, it's been pretty cool. Like, the weather's been really nice. Comfortable, I guess you would say. Like, whatever weather it is, like right now, I want it to stay that way. I don't want it to get any hotter than this, just because Japanese summers are punishing. They're just really hot. So I guess our like sigils, or sigils. I guess it actually did work because the only enemies that I've been seeing so far are the two-headed wolves, the dodos, and then these guys. I'm actually out of MP. Oh shit! All right, I kind of use that skill too much. So I wonder if, like, now that we've used those sigils, now we're only gonna get these enemies. The dodos I don't mind, and the two-headed wolves I don't mind, but these guys have really high defense, so it is kind of making these fights go a little longer than I really wanted to. The combat's not bad, I guess. Honestly, like, I guess I would say that the combat has grown on me a little bit. Actually taking a lot of damage. If I had to sum up the combat, yeah, I would say just honestly it's not bad. Slightly better than mediocre, I guess. Which I feel like is a common sentiment among Japanese players from what I've read online. Like before I picked up the game, a lot, like one of the biggest criticisms for the game was that the combat wasn't really that fun, or the boss fights were too hard. I saw a bunch of reviews like that. It was too hard or whatever. And the story was like kind of interesting, and that's kind of why they kept playing. And I do kind of see what they're saying, what these guys are saying, but the story is not that bad. It could be so much worse though. It could be a lot worse. So I'm grateful for that. You know, it's not that bad. Now that I've been in a couple fights, I actually regret using the Imperial Sigil because those guys have so much defense. Wait, how long has Sonya been dead? Actually, I just realized now that she died. Can I res her? I mean like with a spell, not with an item. Do I have a skill for it? No, I don't. The answer is no. So I guess we could just have to res her. But I will use a force to heal her. I'm not sure if we're underleveled or if I'm not just like fighting these guys properly. But they do have a lot of defense. Oh, that one wasn't bad, I guess, because we had the advantage. Maybe? I don't know. The more that I think about it, I'm actually really excited. Not really excited, but I'm like super glad that this game is coming out on PC. Just at least for the Western audiences. I mean, I keep talking about it, but I just really like having all my games on PC because, you know, they're always like installed or they're easy to download. And it's weird, it's just like, unlike consoles, like they don't, like PCs kind of don't go through generations in the same way that consoles do. Like I was thinking, you know, recently that like I wanted to replay Metal Gear Solid 4 because I really like that game. But then I'd have to go and hook up my PS3 again just to play it. Which is, it's like a mild inconvenience. It's really, what's the word? It's like a first world problem that I have to go hook up my PS3 again. But if it was on PC, then I wouldn't even need to like change anything. I'm already sitting at my PC like right now. So I would just go on Steam and boot it up, and then I'd be playing it. So the idea of just having this game, or any game, honestly, like even Yakuza or Tales of Vesperia when that comes out on PC is really exciting because then I can just like, so I can just play it anytime. Can we just use this right now? Is this, or, oh, okay. We didn't even have to kill like all the enemies on the map, but you could just kill certain enemies. Yeah, I don't know. I hope like I really hope that rainy season doesn't extend for that long. Honestly, I hope we're over it already. Like when I think about it, it has been raining almost every day, but just for a little bit. Usually like overnight while I'm sleeping, so it's not a big deal. Or it starts raining like just as I'm leaving work, and I get rain out for a little bit, but then I'm home like right away, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, I hope like we're through most of it already, just because I hate having my umbrella in my bag. It's such a dumb thing to say, but I really hate breaking an umbrella to work. We leveled up a couple times, so I think when we started, Yumi was level 15, so it's already 18, so that's pretty good. And Sonia is 16. I presume that's because she died. And maybe she's been dead for a while and I didn't notice. We do have a couple new forces here, so this one is... We'll use like a water spell. And after that the sword will be... Not sword. Well, our sword. Our physical strikes will have water... What's the word? Like affinity on it, and also it will have poison effects. And this one... Oh, you can just heal. It'll just heal... it'll heal you, like just Yuma, I guess. So that's good. So one offensive one and one defensive one, I guess. I guess we can try the water one. There's a new one for Argdom. It's like... It will cause the enemy to like lose defense, I guess. Kind of launch them in the air with like a wind attack, it says. And pretty much it. We have Tuni for Rina. I'm not really using her right now. This one inflicts poison and will reduce attack. And that's refresh. That's whatever Kiriko has. It's the same one, I think. One thing that I'm not sure about still for this game is how leveling works. Because enemies scale with you. Like they'll always be pretty close to your level. So the more that you level up, the stronger they'll be. But there's still like, I still feel like there's benefits of grinding in a sense. But I haven't really been able to test it. And I still don't know how like your level affects boss fights. Like I know the mobs in the field will scale up, but I don't know if like bosses will scale up. Can we use this already? Nope. We have to kill the gate monster. Maybe this thing. Okay, so it's just like, do you want to go to the boss floor? And I picked yes. I guess this is it. I guess this is the boss floor. If you notice, if you look really closely, Yuma's not doing anything. Because he has no instrument. Not that it matters. Just saying. So that's the boss floor. I guess we got a new sigil, so that's pretty cool, and then like some other materials for crafting. I honestly like we'll go to the alchemist to see what those look like. Whatever we can make with them. So that is it. That is pretty much whatever those optional dungeons are. I guess they're good for leveling up, good for grinding. Yeah. Anyways, we'll take a super quick break here. We'll come back with more gameplay. Maybe we'll do another dungeon and then we'll move on with the story. I'm not quite sure yet. But if you don't want to miss it, just keep an eye on the channel. It'll be up really soon in a couple days. You can let me know what you thought. You can leave a comment down below. You can follow me on Twitter. I'll put a link to my profile in the description. And while you're still here, you want to head on over to the channel and just find another video to watch. But as always, thanks so much for watching. And I'll see you again. Take care.